Welcome, everybody, to the One Accord server, and we're so excited to have you today. We are going to be kicking off, hopefully, the beginning of the end of our biggest, most epic project yet, which is Jericho. We are building a 1-to-1 scale version of Jericho, the build, and we're following archaeological records, biblical records. We're trying to make this as accurate as we possibly can because we want to experience for ourselves what was it like to march around that big city, to see these walls that stretched up to the heavens, and then to see them come tumbling down. So this is going to be huge, and we have assembled a huge team of people to work with us today, and we hope more will continue to join us. And if you are just tuning in, you're joining us live and you play Minecraft and you're interested in helping out, you can join us today as well. Find us on Discord. Hopefully we got links in the description, and you could also just ping us in the chats and we'll drop it for you. We have a huge to-do list of things to get done today, including, number one, we're going to have to finish building the city. We're going to build a temple. We're going to build a palace. We're going to build other things throughout the city and landscaping and roads and oh boy, but you're not here for the list. You're here for Jericho. And as you can see, we've already gotten a really good start on it. Maybe we're about halfway through the city. We have the gigantic walls. There's actually two walls, the outer wall and inner wall, and you could say maybe even a third wall where there are a third wall where we have these retaining blocks about as even just the retaining wall is higher than the normal person, and then they built mud brick walls above that, and then you have the inner wall on top of that, and then inside would be more where you have the palace and you have a temple and probably where the rich people live. This would have been like Manhattan, really nice parts of Manhattan back in those days, and then the poor people lived on the outside, including Rahab, who helped hide the two Israelite slaves when they were scouting out the area. And she lived right here. This is Rahab's house, and she could just let them right out over the wall and escape. So, really exciting. And believe it or not, archaeology confirmed that this one stretch of the northern wall of Jericho was not destroyed in the big devastation that just ripped the rest of the wall straight down. So we're so excited to build this project where science, archaeology, and the Bible meet and confirm that the Bible is in fact true. So first, we want to start off with a short little devotion. And by the way, if you're joining us live, let us know you're here. We'd love to give you a shout out. And let's turn to Exodus 31. This is one of my most favorite verses, especially when we're talking about building things. And we have to remember Moses, the Israelites, when they left Egypt, there really wasn't much that they had brought with themselves. I mean, they had gold, they had all these things, but they've been slave laborers, but they probably weren't the most educated, the best in the region. And yet God wanted to commission them to build the most amazing craftsmanship that have ever been made. I mean, we're talking about, these objects, these sacred objects representing things in heaven. So God had to really level them up. And he says, I'm going to do that by my spirit. So Exodus 31, starting verse 1, it says, Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, See, I have called by name Bezalel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, and have filled him with the Spirit of God, in wisdom, in understanding, in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship, to design artistic works, to work in gold, in silver, in bronze, in cutting jewels for setting, in carving wood, to make work in all manner of workmanship. So he was the head overseer, and God's giving him all these skills. But God goes on, he says, And I indeed have appointed with him Aholiab, the son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan, and I have put wisdom in the hearts of all the gifted artisans, that they may make all that I have commanded you. And this is just so cool. God gives special skills to the leaders. He gives special skills to the leader's assistant and all the other builders. Like, it takes a whole team to make amazing things for God. And here today we have assembled in his name to build Jericho that we may tear it down in the upcoming weeks for another live stream. So thank you, everybody who's here, the team, and we hope many will continue to join us throughout the day. And let us begin with a word of prayer. Anybody like to volunteer for that? Andy Roo or Faith Sapling, would you guys like to pray for us?
I'll pray. Sorry, I was having trouble on managing things. So it's going well. All right, let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you so much for just an opportunity. We've seen so much tremendous growth in our server, and we just praise you for that. And we just ask that you would help us to have a great time today, to have fun, to learn, and just grow an experience of what you teach about your word and how you are faithful and that you do amazing things. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, brother. All right. Here we are. We are about ready to start building, but first some notes. And I want everybody to gather around, each and every person here. We'll go through some of the tips on how to build in this city. And the good thing about having a huge start is you already have plenty of examples for what it is to look like. And as you can see, no two buildings are the same. Everything is unique. We're not following any sort of grid. We're not cutting and pasting. We are creating unique structures in every place. Try to make like a real town as it would feel back then. And so we have the town between the walls that needs to be finished. And then we have the town above in the innermost part also to be built. You notice we have these outlines in red wool. This is how we start the process of building. Begins with the red wool. So if you don't already have red wool, make sure to fill your inventories with some. And we start by building with the red wool. And we build on a diagonal overall. If anybody's familiar with the Build the Earth project, for example, there's a whole episode on why do we build diagonally. It looks better, and realistically, rarely ever do you have perfect, just everything being square in real life. We're building on diagonal. For buildings that are really close to each other up against the wall, you can have just narrow little alleyways, perhaps.
Hey, I'm broken.
Yes?
Why don't you change your settings on your screen so that we don't see all that? There you go.
Yeah, sorry. The F3 mode, yucky. So we just outline a nice little diagonal. It might take a little bit of practice to do this a few times. And then you bring it back down to the wall, for example. And here we got outline. It looks a little weird here, gets a little narrow. So I'll just drop this out like that. Does that look better? If I remove this. Okay, so it's decent outline, could be better. But the idea is you can sort of outline it. It's okay if it's not perfectly square, perfectly made. Like most buildings back then probably weren't perfect. And it gives some character. And then the next thing we do is we make this all one height. As you'll see later. Taking blocks, make it one height. Actually, it gets interesting when you do these multi-tier. See what Andy Roo's doing. He's building along. Maybe we'll get rid of that brick. That's looking good. If we come over here, you'll see why do we do wool? Why do we want it to be one height? So if I were to use, because we're building such a huge city, there's no way we could do this organically like in survival mode or brick by brick. So I'm going to mark positions here with my world edit. And then there's a stack command where then I can stack these up. Let's say I want to be add 3 more blocks up. Boom. Now we got 4 by 4, or at least 4 blocks up. And then what I'm able to do is I could go from one corner to another corner. Position 2. And I am going to convert this into a pattern. This is actually a randomized pattern. As you can see, it's mostly going to be sandstone, but then we have smooth sandstone, and there might be sand, and then cut redstone or sandstone. Now it looks like a much more realistic building, not like something from 2010 Minecraft. And then we could go through and finish it. Put on the roof. There's different types of woods that could be used. Here I'm just going to use birch. Oh no. Welcome those of you who are joining us. If we have different signs, we have different signs when you join our server, by the way, that point where to find Jericho. It'll teleport you straight to here, and then you'll go through a little process of accepting our build rules. And if you do grief us, we'll have to give you the boot. So here is the roof, and it's pretty much done. Of course, there's a little bit of touch up, like the windows, the doors, which anybody can do. And then there'll be a little bit of maybe some protection along the roof. And a nice little detail that we're going to add will be a little bit of hay. Because we're told that it was during this time that there was a harvest and that they were drying hay on the roof of their homes. And this is how Rahab hid the spies, was actually under some hay. And archaeology again confirms that they had just had a massive harvest. They were ready for a long haul siege when the walls came tumbling down and they got destroyed. So cool little fact. And these little details we like putting in throughout our builds to make them as realistic as possible. So we just need maybe a little door here. We can change out the floor later. Yep. Got some windows. Window.
I think you're gonna have to refresh, or maybe you can like put it in the chat of how you did that code to change it from wool, the hide up and everything.
So I don't think everyone has world edit abilities. Is that right, Face Sapling?
Oh yeah, I don't think I do.
Yeah, Links doesn't?
Do I?
So
I mean,
the good news is it could be done in
//1?
it could be done in such large mass that only a couple of us really need to know the commands.
Okay.
What's really going to take time is just the marking out the outlines of the buildings.
So you want us to go ahead and do that right now?
Yeah, start marking out the outlines of buildings, and then we could go through, stack them up, build the buildings, and then people can go through in detail. So if you have particular skills, we want to match you up to what you're good with. If you are a builder, we'll have you build. If you are detailer, we'll have you detail. I think Rockins told me that you like detailing, right?
Yeah. So,
Yep.
I
He's
think
probably
I would
generally
like
skilled.
to detail too.
Okay.
But
there's lots of need for detail.
I think if you made some of these that you already have outlined taller, we could go through in detail.
So we'll go through and do that.
Since you're the
And
world
actually,
edit.
Kill marks. We need to keep them in. Red wool first. Then we do a randomized pattern. Oh, can you make the floor wool?
You want us to do the floor and all these? I can't remember the
Yeah.
flip command. I haven't done this in so long.
remember //wand?
I do have a wand. Yes.
Yeah, and you can. Well, yeah. There's a. I think I have it like somewhere here. Where's this thing?
We'll let him build organically.
In private
Uh,
chat and StreamYard, I put like a little cheat sheet. That's just it's just a sample of something. Oh, but let me retype that because they're like two separate commands.
Hey, Mrs. Sparkles, or Ms. Sparkles, thanks for joining us. Thank you, Tiny Tabernacle. Well, we haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for joining us. If you're here, let us know, and we'll love to give you a shout out.
Yeah. So it's this.
Let's see. If you do have Minecraft and are able to chip in and join us, we'll love to have your help.
Amen to that. Shout out to Ernie who says go team, who can't usually would be here with us today, but he's not because he's got other important things going on.
If he's okay, Ernie, can we share a little bit about your story? It's such a cool story. Exciting day for you. Let's see.
Yeah. Ernie should be like, hey, check out my channel. Shameless plug. Just kidding.
Okay, Levatoy, where are you?
He said yes you can.
Oh, did you get creative mode?
No, I'm saying Ernie said yes you can share his
Oh,
story.
you can? Awesome. By the way, if you join us, we have set up where you can just step on a block that should give you creative mode, and then you could be able to help us. All right, I want to share a little bit about Ernie's story. Hopefully he can share it someday in person too. And he's working on a documentary on it actually. So his mom was like biological mom was into drugs and these sorts of things, and it was just so bad that I don't know if it was legally she lost the ability to be his mom, but it ended up that Ernie had to be adopted by a cousin. And a lot of time goes by. Ernie eventually has his conversion, gets to really know God, and then his heart, like all of his, would be like, man, I want my mom. I really want my family to get to know God. And just one by one, God has really been working on his entire family, and it's just amazing that today his mom is actually going to be getting baptized. So he's got a real good excuse to not be here, and we're so happy for you, Ernie, and your family, and just how God is working in all of you today.
Amen. Yeah, sometime we need to get him on here so he can share his whole testimony.
Yeah, I did a terrible job explaining it.
No, it was the Cliff's Notes version. But it was his story is really incredible, and I've been fortunate to hear it a few times.
Yeah.
And his wife is an amazing Christian artist.
Singer.
She writes her own songs, sings
Composer,
them
yeah.
beautifully. It was nice during the.
It seems like you've kind of been wanting organic buildings and not super straight ones, so I hope
That's
I'm doing
right.
okay.
Yeah, some of them might need to be made a little bit more organic. But overall, I think Faith Sapling drew a lot of these. He did a great job.
Oh, awesome.
And some of them might be able to be made a little bit larger. Maybe you don't need such large streets between them. But this is the richer area, so it's fine that they're not as condensed.
Oh, the side we're working on now is the richer area?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to change this one building then and make this smaller one bigger, just a bigger bill. Yeah, it'll be bigger. The other one's too small if this is supposed to be the richer district.
All right, time to stack these up.
Yeah, Ernie is usually our finisher, isn't he?
is.
It's the finishing move. All right, I'm back here.
You are back. Yay! Are you gonna stick your Minecraft through OBS like usual?
Well, we're just looking at J screen for right now, so.
Okay.
Plus, my computer is really not that fast to do two things at
Yeah.
once.
Now, another thing that you could do to add an extra layer of interest in what you're building is maybe, like, for example, in the corners, we'll put blue roll, and when we convert it, you'll see how it works.
Wait, where do you want us to put the blue? On the corners. Okay.
You could put on corners, but you could do different things. Like for this one, I might do it this way.
Is my Minecraft sound coming through the computer? Do I need to turn off my sound?
Nope, not
Sure.
hearing it.
Very good.
So position 1.
Probably can hear my mouse though.
Clickety clackety.
Stack. Let's make this a tall one.
Maybe that's better.
Yeah, your mic is sounds because you moved it.
What? Are you still hearing my mouse?
Nope, we're good.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
So here we got blue and red, and I'm going to start replacing them.
Oh, snazzy. Okay, cool.
You could do that for a pretty big area. So if you have
Exactly.
multiple houses.
So we should just work on the outline of all of them right now then.
And that's one reason why we're doing it this way, because then we can just quickly build textured buildings. Let's see, we got some more comments. Oh, thanks, Meg. She says, I love your work so far. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. And for your support. And please, if you are blessed, we ask that you please share with others as well, that they might find what we're doing and be inspired. I think it really does help people to better see how the Bible is true when they can actually visualize it, see that these were real places, real things. It's not fairy tales. It's stuff that even to this day, you could go and visit these sites and recreate them. Looking good, guys. Thank you all for chipping in.
Andy Roo, would you put on the bar at the top?
I shall do that.
You know, the one that's the website? Or the bottom one, whichever.
That's a great question. So I've looked at multiple maps of ancient Jericho, and they're all different when it comes to the city layout. And I realize I think it's so destroyed that it's everybody kind of guessing. So we're not trying to exactly recreate it. There's aspects that we know of that we are. So for example, this tower I built here, this is actually something that you could go to Jericho and see, this ancient tower that is considered one of the most old parts of Jericho. It may pre-existed the walls even. And then it looks like there was a temple to, I believe, Ashtaroth, and then there was a palace, a royal palace. So we will be creating those things, and I believe we have the right locations kind of for them in the city. But aside from that, and Rahab's house. We built Rahab's house accurately on the north side of the city. But aside from that, yeah, we're sort of just filling in things the best we can determine. Okay, Kel, are you good to go? Oh, okay, yeah, he's covered. Awesome.
Oh, you got it. Okay, somebody else got it. Careful you don't accidentally set blocks to something else.
I think for the temple, it might be good to make some like really big columns. Make it really stand out.
I'll let you
Like-
guys do this so I can move on.
Okay, I'm looking at the overview and I'm just trying to figure out because we've got a really big house on the to my left, and then there's a kind of big one near that well, and so I'm trying to figure out which one you're talking about is the temple.
It's the one that I'm at, and has a sign for the temple.
Where are you?
The thing that looks like a big chimney.
Temple of Astaroth.
Oh, okay. I see. I see. So that's the temple. So where are the big houses supposed to be, and where are the smaller ones supposed to be? Because it seems like we're getting a little mixed up.
Oh, these are all right. These are all little houses or in bigger houses all around here. So this is correct.
And then what about on the opposite end, away from the temple?
the Royal Palace would probably go in this area here.
Where? I'm too far away from you. I can't see. Which would be the palace?
We haven't outlined it yet, but it'll go in where this sign says Royal Palace goes here. Which I know is really hard to see these signs and read them from afar, but
Yeah, when you're really far away.
yeah.
It's like, what? Okay.
But we do have it kind of marked.
Question: can some of these houses, their walls bleed together? Because usually in these types of excuse me.
That's okay. In the archaeology and the pictures that I've seen people post of how the ancient city was like, it looks like there was some of these like ancient apartments, ancient condos where they were back to back.
Right.
So yeah, we don't have to have every building like that, but some is good. Mixes it up, makes it accurate.
No.
Yeah, no, Joel.
I'm trying to get rid of it.
You know what's weird is I think they hit us up on another live stream I was doing yesterday.
Oh, grr.
Same offer.
But how do I know there's a way to delete comments. Oh, but it's in Twitch. That's why I can't. Okay.
Oh, you can't delete in Twitch?
No, not from here. I'd have to be in Twitch. Yeah, I just tried that. Indy wrote. Didn't work.
Might work on. Okay,
You have to be logged into Twitch to do it. I'm not going to worry about it. It's not in YouTube and it's not in Facebook, so we can delete it later.
Yeah, most of our viewers right now are on YouTube. So
Yeah.
do not check out that person if you're on Twitch.
Yeah, please don't.
Won't be getting fished.
The palace, was it on the wall or away from the wall?
Probably a lot of the buildings against the wall were sort of made a part of the wall, or utilize the wall. So like Rahab's house, it says her house was in the wall.
Right, but I'm
So-
saying
so
the
a bit-
palace itself, would it have been touching the wall? Or...
Yeah, I believe so. That's,
Okay, that's
kind of
what
what I'm trying to obliquely say.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
We know you, Jay. You are broken. You are very oblique sometimes.
Oblique Joe.
So that's your other screen name. But we love it because I don't have those gifts sometimes.
Obliqueness.
Probably don't either.
You utilize it as a gift, and that's why you're good. That's why you're a good lawyer. All right, I'm just gonna make some outlines for the shantytown side of things.
Shantytown. I'm starting an outline on the palace. I don't know if you'll like it, Jay, but we'll find out. No, too many. Thank
I
you,
feel
Miss
like we've
Sparkle.
lost a lot of people. And March here, good. Thank you, Ken.
Okay.
Okay, we got Savage Gamer here. Good. Where's our other builder? Oh, Levitoy's here. Okay, nice. Everybody's here. It's looking good, guys. Looking good.
See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
I actually
10,
tried
11.
logging into the Twitch account, and I don't actually see the comment for some reason. I don't know. That needed to be deleted. That's weird.
How big are we making this palace, do you think?
How big would you want if you were the king?
I mean, probably taking up this whole section, I would guess.
Yeah. And I think part of it too would be like the courtroom, royal chambers.
Right. There's going to be different sections within it.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to put the outline for those too?
Yeah, sure. Like if you're feeling inspired for it, run with it.
All right.
That's claustrophobic in here.
You're claustrophobic in Minecraft?
No, well, for anybody, like eventually, all the walls are going to be filled in, especially in the lower quarters.
Oh, right.
The walls are going to start.
Well, that's what I think
closing
it's
in.
kind of cool is you get really a feel for how it would be, and it probably was very claustrophobic.
Well, in the lower quarters, it just would have been like a bed, your kitchen-y stuff, and that's probably it.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me almost like some of those really inky, rundown planets in Star Wars, where all the poor people lived, and it's just such a cool city when you think about it. Like, is there any other city where you have to build everything within a small amount of space with all these walls and even being between walls?
Right.
Really unique city.
That's going to be very small.
So if I want there to be a door somewhere, should I do it in a different color? Or just leave it blank?
I find it's better to do the doors afterwards, after we raise up the walls.
Okay. I just want to make... Oh, okay, I'll leave that then. So do I need to do an outline along the back wall too so that you can raise this up?
No, you don't need to.
Okay. Can you... So I can start putting some doors and things. Can you raise that up a few levels for me? Oh, do you want me to put some blue in?
Yeah, you can put some blue in too.
Okay. How do I get a I was gonna try to grab the blue from somewhere else, but I can do it the other way.
So what's everybody's favorite Bible story?
That would be what's the guy's name?
Samson?
Ehud.
Ehud. Who's
The
that?
guy who
Oh.
stabbed the fat king and the knife disappears in the guy's gut and then his
Rockin says David. Nice.
fills.
Any particular David story? And yeah, by the way, Ehud, props for one of the rare stories to be your favorite.
It's also because he's left-handed and I'm left-handed also. So.
Fun fact.
When is this ever going to be important fact in the story? Oh, when he stabs a guy with his good hand.
Oh my, that's funny.
Because I think he's like his other hand is crippled, or so I guess it makes him very unassuming.
Mine's a really short one, but mine is the woman that touches Jesus' cloak and is healed. She's just... I always want to know more about her story, and of course it's not recorded in the Bible, but I always think about that story.
Cool. So for those of you who are just joining us, give you a quick rundown of what we're doing. First, we are outlining the buildings that people would have lived in, homes, and we got some people working on like a palace and temple, but over here mostly homes, random sizes, random shapes. Main thing is make them look organic, build on the diagonal, and then building with red wool, because then we will raise them up using world edit, different commands, and then replace them with commands that will texturize it. So that's sort of step one, and then it will be going back and detailing the buildings. And if you are a detailer, we're working on stacking them up so that you can start on the detailing.
Yeah.
I'm really doing the wool at the blue wool at random here, so I hope that's what you want. I don't know. Look at that and tell me what you think. I'm broken.
Sure, one sec.
So from our audience here, actually I'm gonna put, because it's just annoying me, I'm putting up the non-moving banner instead. I don't want the moving banner. Hide that one. Thank you. Okay. In our comments, though, Miss Sparkle says that hers is Jael killing the ruler that was after Israel.
Well, which one was that?
I'm trying to think of that too.
And yeah, it's different than Jehu.
Levi, which I'm going to call that, this person says it would be nice if the floor of the temple was copied and elevated to the height of this pillar.
Okay,
That's in context too, but
I see where it's going with that. Let's stack these things up 8. Ooh, not bad. Links, can you get these blocks at least so that they're all the same height?
What do you mean?
So where it gets lower here, can you add
Oh,
blocks on top of that?
yeah. Okay. Sure.
And I will work on raising this temple.
see if I can StreamYard
And
or OBS. I mean,
Balkan says
Don't crash your computer, please.
his favorite story is when David was hiding from Saul in the mountains. Like those are interesting stories. That's I think one of the most intense in the Bible. And
All
also
right.
one of the most amazing, given how David refused to kill Saul despite all the multiple opportunities.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, that's all level now for you.
that's weird.
All right. Let's see how this stacks up.
Pun intended.
Boom. I used to be very insistent on building everything organically, brick by brick by brick. And then this project came along and I realized there's no way we're ever going to finish this before Jesus comes if we're doing it brick by brick.
So it looks like I need to, if we're going to make it that height, we need to extend it onto the wall? Or
And it may be that height is a mistake. I don't know. open-minded.
Well, I'm as I'm remembering the pictures, I think that was because it all looked like everything would have been all the renders we've seen kind of look like it was up the hill. So I think those buildings being taller would be accurate. I'm just wondering if you want me to go inside the wall and leave the wall alone, or go on the wall to finish that height.
Yeah, that's always my dilemma.
So let's go executive decision. Let's just go next to the wall. Let's leave less on the wall. Right?
Yeah, let's avoid the wall. I agree. Because that'll take up so much of the wall. And it's good to have the wall such that soldiers can run around on it.
Right. So if I do make another level here, I just need to make a level for you to then do what you just did again.
Beyond the level.
Yay. Okay,
So-
I got my
Oh,
Okay.
Sparkles talks about the story of she, I think that referring, not Deborah, but
Sparkles.
yeah, Sparkles. She says killed Sisera, the leader of the Canaanite army. She was hospitable to him, gave him milk, and she got him while she was sleeping. That was such an interesting story. How this woman destroys the Canaanite leader, whereas the main guy for Israel wasn't able to do it himself.
so I got my OBS to work.
Yay.
Now, so if anybody wants to come out to the outer quarters, I'm just working on filling in the houses here, and so if you want to help me leveling off the houses with the red wool, that's cool. Appreciate it. A rush, but hey, I'm here. You got busy things to do. Like things come at you fast.
So lonely over here, though. I'm by myself.
Oh, we are the watchmen. At the wall, at the gate.
Okay, that is, I've got that. It's all in red though. You probably want some blue in there, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I'll go
If
through and
it makes
randomly pick some
sense.
blue. I have to.
All right, that's a good idea, Rockin'. Definitely got lots of roofs that need to be worked on. Stack. Stack 7, blue wool. Boom. It's coming together. Look at this.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, how do I do solo?
All right. Okay.
It just-
Can you do that now? Do the thing.
Let's do the lovely thing. Yeah. Oh, no, we just got demonetized.
What?
Just joking. The singing
Oh,
the Wonders
Yeah, no
song.
singing. Don't get mute. Don't get us muted. Don't be bad.
so accurate. So lifelike.
Mhm.
Well then, Rockin', I'm really glad that you're not in voice singing. So if I add whatever blue I add, when you do the conversion, it's going to convert those other blocks too, right?
Whoa, what was that?
if I add, like I just added some blue to this wall in a square, it will change those to randomized as well. It's going to break the red
when we
more.
go to randomize it, yeah, all red will switch to the pattern that we tell it to switch to.
Okay. I'm just adding more randomization. If I add more blue, correct?
Yep.
Look at my wall. Turn to your left and look at it. You see where I've added these patches?
My ears.
Who's whistling?
It also like all the fans from your computer come in to play, and it's like my ears.
I'm broken.
Yeah.
Can you look at my wall and tell me
Okay.
if what I'm doing here breaking it up?
You don't need to do that type of texturization because that will be done automatically.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah. My fan's kicking in now.
Thankfully, I can't hear it.
Well, no, you won't be able to because it's far enough away from my mic.
Hooray.
Hey.
Let's bring this out a little bit.
I know one of the weirdest things I heard about the history of Jericho.
Oh, please. Do tell.
There's this one person out there who's talking about. So apparently, the legend is that Jericho was built by giants, and there's some credibility to that. That they may have been some of the giants that freaked out the Israelites when they were spying out the Promised Land.
Right.
But added to it, the story goes that these giants used like these weird musical instruments, and by their gift of sound somehow were able to cause the giant blocks that made up the walls to like levitate and go into place. I'm just like,
that's cool. Just
like,
I would try that. Playing the tuba to do construction work. So next time I see a construction site, I'll say, "Hey, do you guys how to do it with tubas?"
Yeah, exactly. Whoa. Boom, I just levitated it. You found the right frequency for the rock. like that is like
right.
weird stuff. The weird thing is, it's like a pastor or someone like that who's like going around saying this, like speaking at churches on it. I'm like, dude, where are your sources on this? I can't even find it anywhere else. Like I'm open-minded to a lot of things. I just something like that. I want a little bit more evidence.
Play a tuba toothpaste.
And for interesting about Jericho, it is one of the oldest cities known. So it was probably one of the very first ones settled back in the day after the descendants of Noah spread throughout the earth. Okay. I got a lot of things to raise up.
There is actually a really interesting quote by Tesla that we were actually just talking about the other day in reference to God. But Tesla said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, you think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of his research where he was testing like things on different frequencies and stuff. And it's really fascinating. Yeah. But I often have wondered relation to what that means for like us, Earth humans, and our relation to God. If there is a lot that we, with our field of vision, was changed in the garden. And so like we can't see the full spectrum of light. We can't see, you know, and even the Earth has a frequency that it's on. I can't remember what it is. It's like 2300 or something. Like the actual Earth. And then everything on Earth has frequencies also. Is vibrating at certain frequencies. Like I've seen so much documentation on this. It's really interesting. Even viruses, colds, they all have certain frequencies. And they're all unique. They're all really specific. So it just makes my mind wander into like how God's construction of us was and is. Does that make sense? I know that's like a really big like what if and how.
I mean, even the book of Genesis is all about frequency. I mean, God starts the regular cadence of the 24-hour day, then he ends creating the weekly cadence with the Sabbath.
Yep.
Even with the sun, moon, and stars, there's that cycle of everything rotating and coming back to place every, I don't know, like what's the Mayan calendar? How long is that one?
Yeah.
Like 21,000 years.
Hey Jay, what do we want to do for like the paths or the space in between the houses? It's like
that is an excellent question.
Kidney's got some ideas, so he's
Kidney, I'd love to hear your ideas because I've gone back and forth on everything.
Well, take a look over here where we are. We're down in the outer quarters, and where the wool meets some of the existing houses, or by the well.
Okay. I'm here. So this would be a little bit too narrow here. There's only one block width. You need to keep like 2 at all times.
Wait, where are you? We're on the other side.
Oh, sorry. Otherwise, good job, Livatory boy. But yeah, give us two blocks across for the road. And then over here, okay.
We started working on a path. Where'd it go?
Where did my boy go?
Oh, he took it away.
Oh. I mean, I saw paths. Someone had started paths over here, and it's generally looking good. Oh, there's Skinny. Yeah. I'm open-minded to pass, and this is generally looking pretty good. Generally liking how that looks. Yeah, so I'm open-minded to path. This is something where I'm not quite sure what they would have done. It might be good to mix in some stone or a little bit pavement or something into the road. Or what I like doing is adding a little bit of podzol at random places. Kind of like animal poo.
Ultra organic.
Oh yeah, the good stuff.
Organic crafting. Join us now for organic crafting.
Yeah, but the path is looking good, Kidney Stones. Like that's general the idea. I'm liking how it's looking, nice and randomized. Like good job, really good path builder.
Oh, do we want these houses on the outer quarter to come up to the flush with the outer wall?
Yeah, he said that earlier. He wants it to be at the wall, not on the wall. So we have to build another layer around the edges because it's going to be taller than the wall.
Sometimes lower, sometimes higher.
Okay.
It's a mix, but yeah, exactly. It's looking good, actually. You guys are doing nice work. Sometimes it's just a little narrow.
It'd just be easier to go on a continuous path and then build it up and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Probably flatten out some of the areas a little bit.
I need that tool I had before. What is it that I use to like click this corner and then you can click this corner and then you can like fill?
Axe.
Yeah.
It's same thing as the coordinate things that Jay use.
Yeah.
Jehood, Jehood, you stabbed a dude. Or Ehud.
Oh my.
Well, it's an
He
original
was a
song,
large
so we're in the
man.
clear.
Yeah. Okay. I'm still on the finishing writing process.
I'm quite confident it's an original song.
Oh, you know that very popular country star sings it. What's his name?
That one guy
Yeah, that one guy. You know,
is the harmonica.
a very non-specific kind of guy. Never remember his name.
Cool.
So glad to contribute my witty banter to this live stream.
Thanks for stopping in, Miss Sparkles. Have a good
Yeah,
day.
thank you.
Bye, Sparkles. Much love. Such love. And
I don't know where this is going, but it's going somewhere.
I'll be so excited if we get this done today, or pretty close to done.
I think it'll be a miracle if we get it done today. We're gonna have to do this again, I think. Is it
Anybody know
such-
when we started on this? Was it like a year ago? It was.
something like
know.
that? We'd have to go back and see when you first brought it up and we
it
started
was
actually
that
doing it.
long ago. Probably at least 6 months, I'd say.
Oh, more like probably 9 months.
Really? Just
Well,
seems
yeah, 'cause
like
it's already
last week.
February.
All right. Yeah, we haven't really touched it too much in the past 3 months.
We're too busy on the summit. Hey, speaking of the summit, let's talk about the summit, guys.
Ha!
Oh,
Totes Steph. So the summit is coming up in April, 14th to the 16th.
in
Content
Tempe,
Creators Summit.
Arizona.
Arizona, you said?
Tempe, Arizona.
Speaking of Arizona,
But what if I can't go to Arizona because I don't have any parents? I mean, my parents don't have the money.
Well,
there.
there's good news.
What? What's the good news?
The good news, this was not rehearsed. The good news is you can still sign up and you will have access to all the videos for a year. And it's really inexpensive, so anybody anywhere in the world should be able to afford it.
How much
However,
is it?
it's $15 if you want to get
$15?
online access for a year.
Wow, that's a great price.
It's a great price, and we have a great lineup of people.
yeah, various content creators with like hundreds of thousands of followers showing us what they did that got them excited and motivated and getting to the point where they're at. And this is for a couple people. It's for like if you are wanting to be a content creator, you are on the fence about taking the big leap to do it. this is for you to find out, is this really your calling? And then for those of you who are already doing it but looking for motivation or feeling stuck, that's also who we're here especially for. We want you to get the extra boost, get encouragement, and take your online ministry, your channel, whatever you have, to the next level.
Yep.
And network with other people so that you can have fun collabs, of course.
And I really want to mention some of the people that are going to be there. We've got Justin Koo, who's going to be there, who has over 68,000 Instagram subscriptions. The Hike Life Cat, who has over 127,000
Got a pet cat.
Instagram subscriptions. Simply Bakings, who has over 305,000 YouTube subscriptions.
She bakes.
And
Yeah,
Cole
millions of views.
Comets, who has over 28,000 TikTok subscriptions.
Committed.
Plus, our very own Andy Rue is going to be there, and Unbroken is going to be there. They are doing some talks and presentations too, which is really awesome. We've got, of course, our Pastor Mike, who's going to be there. Hopefully, a few other of us are going to make it. But it's going to be awesome. It's a lot larger this year. If you can be in person, definitely sign up, get there in person, because there's going to be a lot of special stuff that happens that's not going to ever be aired because it would just be impossible. We have a game night. There's going to be a lot of chances to, with each of these online personalities, you're going to be able to sign up and do like more of an intensive with whoever you want, which is going to be a really good opportunity to get to know their philosophies of how they do stuff and a lot more, and get to ask questions, which I think is really going to be a fun thing too.
And we also have some special prizes, some giveaways.
Oh yeah, yep. Lots of
Ton
that
of value. We want everybody to be equipped to do digital online ministry, because that's really, I was going to say that's the future, but that's now. This is what we all should be doing now to really be making the world a better place, giving people hope, meeting them where they're at.
And it's reaching people we'd never be able to reach, in remote areas that do have internet. And even in parts of the world that we can't, enter. There's just some countries that just don't want us to come there. So this is a way to reach them also.
Yeah, and that's what's so cool about even our guild. We have people who are, everywhere from United States to Europe, Africa, South America, Philippines, yeah,
Australia,
New Zealand,
Canada.
Ooh, Canada.
The Caribbean.
Shout out to the Trinis.
Yeah,
and the Jamaicans.
the guys. So it's really fun to be able to interact with people all over. Oh, I mean, we even have people in our group who are from Ukraine.
Yes, we do. And it's been awesome to be able to get some firsthand stories and be able to pray in those moments as things are actually happening, which has been quite profound, I gotta say, even for my personal prayer life, because it's made me think about just how I'm even praying for other people, just knowing somebody in the Ukraine and just hearing about it firsthand.
Yeah, hearing about the air raids and the alarms and just all the stuff they're dealing with. It's crazy.
Lack of electricity.
Yeah.
Our
prayers also go out to everybody in Turkey, Syria, and those places.
Yes.
Yeah, that's so sad. I was reading all about it just Friday night, because we've been so busy at the guild, I really hadn't caught up. I mean, I knew that it happened, but I just hadn't seen anything in the news about it because I was that busy. And I started reading it. I was in tears. It's just really sad.
Yeah,
and part of the reason it's sad, just to clarify, is because there's all these buildings, newer buildings that were built, and they were built shoddy, so they just collapsed. whereas there's a building right next door that didn't collapse.
Okay.
So there is actually even an investigation now into those specific buildings.
Hey, can I slip in here for a second? So these floors is Jay, is that what we're doing? We're building them up pretty far. I noticed a few of our guys are started to do flooring in the lower quarters.
So it's good to make them like 4 feet high, and then what happens is because there's a steep gradient.
Mm-hmm. Like, do you want to come down here where we are? Or there you are. Okay.
Yeah. And actually, we should probably be. This looks like one long building. We need to break it up into separate buildings.
Okay. So, right. So it's not so much a condo. Okay.
But anyway, I'll just finish up what I was saying because I was almost done.
Sorry for interrupting.
It turns out that part of the reason that this is as catastrophic as it was is because of these shoddy buildings that were built. And there's already been arrests of builders that they're holding for questioning. And because there's so many buildings that didn't collapse and that are of the same age. And so there's quite an investigation going. So I would just say that we need to pray for them, pray for their infrastructure, pray for these situations that are going on as they're discovering more about these buildings, and certainly to pray for all of those that lost people. And hopefully this will even give maybe ADRA or other organizations an end to be able to minister to these people.
Yeah, they mentioned that in church this weekend. They mentioned that there's a whole bunch of pastors from our conference going to be going in March. Not exactly to the epicenter of it, but side of that.
Help.
Yeah. So I know there's other places that weren't as damaged, and so they're going to go there to see what they can do.
Okay. Should I do more blue in this outline of this building?
Are you, Alice?
I'm at the palace, yeah.
I think for the palace, we'll need to be somewhat intentional too of it. So things that walls or parts of walls that feel like they're going to be especially load bearing, like at junctions, for example. So maybe like here.
Okay.
Maybe do blue there.
So wherever I think it's going to be load bearing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we have some questions. Pilgrim Progress. So what's a Jericho is Spider-Man style? I think the
Right.
yeah. So and then someone explained, yeah, I think the red is just showing where they are going to be building in the future, like an outline. I see. Yeah, let me show you Pilgrim's Progress, what we're doing here. So take, for example, these buildings I have right here. What I can do is I can, put in a couple positions. And then I could come over here and then second position. And then just with a couple commands, I could convert the wool into a pattern. So a randomized pattern for these buildings. This really helps us build a lot quicker, more efficiently, and get a good result in the end. And that's actually the secret to how we built these walls really quickly too. Built in red wool and then replaced it with the pattern for the wall.
Okay. Can I get you to come do your thing with the walls up?
Raise them.
Yeah.
You lift me up.
Good. That's not the word, so we won't get
Stop
copyrighted.
singing. No, singing.
I thought mine was good.
Not
Oh, I hate it.
allowed.
I don't like it when I think of a cool like lyric or rhyme that I could potentially, put a song to, and I'm like, shoot, that's already been written. that's that's in a song that I know already.
Can't do it.
That's on the radio.
I mean, we do that in our house all the time. We're always remaking songs with Jesus lyrics, Christ-centered lyrics.
Oh,
It's just a game we play.
if you guys like classic rock, and this is not a plug, this is just me expressing my opinion. There is a band called Apologetics, and they do all kinds of like Weird Al style parodies
Oh man.
and whatnot. So it's really fun. So they've got tons of songs. Actually, they got tons of content. But yeah, do you guys have any favorite songs? What are you guys listening to right now? Anybody in chat or crafting or otherwise?
Well, my favorite album right now is pretty new. It's called The Prayer, and it's actually the Lord's Prayer, and each song on the album is expanding on one line of the prayer. And
Yeah, I listened to that.
So good. It's by Andy Hunter.
Yeah, we should have him come to one of our summits.
We should. The prayer album is. I've been going through a lot right now with my health, and which I won't go into detail of. But that album, every time I'm really down, I go back to that, and I'm reciting the prayer in my head, and it's really helped me. So I can make some of these in the palace like 2 level. Then like I can do stairs and stuff, right?
Yeah. That's the idea. I figured that there'll probably be some double levels.
Yeah, I wanted these main outlines, so then it will help me break it up more. But I think that one long hall is going to be the entrance.
Long haul.
Well, yeah, because that's where the doors will be.
So I think one way that we can differentiate the buildings to break them up here is just to make some at higher levels and then actually make them multi-story. Not much, but
Rockin'. Oh no, your thing just went away. How do I bring it back?
there we go.
I can't bring back the chat. I don't know the keystroke.
Key?
Yeah, like how do you bring back a chat like so it will pop up again?
T? Chat?
Oh, T. Okay. Rockin says, are we talking about Christian music? If so, literally almost anything by Sight and Sound Theaters.
Yeah. Is there? You were telling me about the soundtrack, I think. Yesterday.
This is basic Minecraft. What? What does that mean?
Noah. Yeah, this isn't a heavily modded server like some places where you all kinds of.
Oh yeah,
games
they're
and,
not heavily modded.
Bed Wars or anything.
Could we change just so I can stop looking at all these reds? Can you change it at least the palace to what it will look like?
It's burning my eyes.
It's burning my eyes.
And how do we want to do the roof? So maybe I'm out of the loop here, but Siri keep going off. Yeah, so how do you want us to cover? Do you want us to wait to cover the roofs until the last step? Because dudes over here,
If people are
there's no blue in it yet.
if people are happy to jump to doing roofs now, that's fine. That's good.
Didn't know if you had a plan for the roofs.
I mean, as you can see, we have quite a mixture. Sometimes we do trapdoors. Sometimes we do like spruce or something, panels. Sometimes we do sandstone. I think it's good to mix it up.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't be entirely homogeneous of.
That's a big
Real.
word.
It wouldn't be all the same.
And something I didn't do a good job talking about in the instructions was these homes would have had little courtyards around them where the people would have had little ovens to cook their food because the smoke would have killed
Right.
them if it was inside the house.
They did it on their like
These-
roofs, maybe. Well, that's probably not that safe either.
They have gardens and stuff.
It may not have been enough for a garden, but at least a little courtyard where they had their stove to cook with.
Okay.
If you go look at a lot of the other homes we have, you can see that there's little courtyards and furnaces there to cook with.
Yeah, and we have that all in our current project, so you can go look at it. If you're one of our Minecrafters and you're curious, there's all these pictures and stuff. If you scroll up a bit, you'll find them. I think will really help you figure out like what we're going for.
Why do we do it the way we do? Because that's the way it was.
Let's see. Kidney wants to insert support beams.
All right, Cal, thanks for joining us. What sort of thing do you like doing? And in sound theaters, I don't know. How can I ask anybody here knows sight and sound theaters?
Yeah, that's in my state, so I know what he's talking about.
Okay, so Pilgrim's Progress asked, are the walls going to come down? And yeah, as people said in chats, they will. So I'll give you a little sneak peek of how that's going to work. Underneath Jericho is a vast cavern. Let me put on some night vision here so you can see.
It was really there.
Hey, oh yeah, very accurate, very accurate. So we've hollowed it all out, and then we're going to have 2 whole copies of the city, and we'll use command blocks and redstone to kind of switch them out. So when it's time for the walls to come down, we'll switch to the city with the fallen walls.
They're going to be like a transition to that. Actually, going to fall down, or they're just going to cross dissolve.
I don't think the server would be able to handle all the frames, all the iterations of the city to do that. I'm hoping it'll be able to handle even one transition.
We like to build things life size. Even our Noah's Ark is full size, isn't it?
Yeah, it is 1-to-1. Just makes it more real and easier to visualize.
Yeah, it does. It does, honestly.
And it's because we can.
Because we can.
I mean, for me, there's just no way I really could have appreciated Jericho until I built it. And now walking through it, running through it, I'm like, wow, this was quite a city.
Quite right.
In some ways, it almost feels a bit like Manhattan.
Right.
New York.
Yeah, if anybody has any ideas of how we can do a crumbling wall Jericho that won't crash our server, we would love to hear ideas.
Yes. Okay, so I haven't done this in a while. I apologize. I've done my first and second position, and now I type slash and I type the red wool, and then I type whatever I want to replace it with. Or what's the command? I feel like I'm missing a command there.
Red wool?
Yeah. // set
Yeah.
space, and then your material with underscores as spaces.
I think I posted the formulas actually in the current project channel on Discord. I may have pinned it or not pinned it, but it's all the commands I'm using are there.
Oh, what's the fill one? Like to fill the space.
I used replace.
/ replace.
You can use replace or set. Like set is more for like you have two blocks on a grid. You can think of as the grid, and then you connect them and fill in between with the set. At least that's what I use it for.
Too many arguments. Replace from to. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna switch over to.
Yeah, let's let my experience be a learning experience for everyone. I got replace air. And then I need to put a bracket around it, maybe? No brackets. What do I... Well, I already tried to just do it this way, and it didn't work. I get that, so that doesn't work.
I'll put it in our private chat.
Place. But I'm trying to fill it. It's actually air, so it's replace. I'm replacing air with red wool.
Here, let me see what you're trying to do.
Oh, set air. Okay, / set air red wool. No, that did not work. Too many arguments.
Why does it keep doing that?
That's what I was doing. Oh, replace. Well, no, I'm replacing air, not red wool.
Yeah, that's where you end. Yeah, I can't see it because your name banner's in the way. What is it? What do you have? Replace.
You can take off the name banners.
Okay, so that's the command I use, minus that T at the beginning.
Where did you put that?
In the chat,
What chat?
Minecraft.
Oh, I see.
Oh, you can see what Roque did in the private chat on StreamYard too.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. That did it. Thank you, Roque. That was the one I wanted. I don't even know what gibberish that was unbroken. I have no idea what gibberish that was.
Sorry. I thought you were wanting to convert it to the randomized pattern.
No, I was just trying to make
just fill air.
Just making floor. Making floor.
Yeah, I seriously just use / replace. If you want to put in red wool, then it'd be red wool.
Oh. Like, why did it do that? But it was sand. Okay. No, it's okay. He's okay.
Wait, now that he's AFK, we could do something to him.
Go block him in.
The thing is, when everybody has creative mode, it just isn't as fun.
It doesn't stop you from doing it to me.
True.
Good times.
Okay, there. Okay. Your resolution was really down, Jay, there for a second.
Really?
Yeah.
Someone put in Rahab's house, but we already have Rahab's house. I appreciate it.
There's some people who could go to Rahab. They've got an addiction.
Imposter Rahab.
Her story is really, I can't wait till heaven we can find out more about it. I just think it'll be really interesting.
It's an interesting theory that she had like a tavern she ran.
Mm-hmm.
She was an NPC? Really not. She's a story.
But that's how they knew about her. But it's interesting too that here, she's actually had all this faith all this time. And
Oh, I know how they get to it. They get to it by, they say like one possibility is we mistranslate the word to, normally we consider her as a prostitute, but they said another way that you could potentially translate the word is that she was a person who ran a tavern.
Right.
oh, well, that's different.
Yeah. And I tried investigating it. It's one of those things where it's like, there's a 10% chance that's true. I don't know, but it's not something I'm going to make our canon, but it's interesting. That'd be nice if that was the case, but.
Oh, we need some lights in there.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Well, that sand keeps falling.
Sand?
Sand.
Yeah, that's what happens with sand.
Yep, it falls. Oh, we lost Vector.
Bye, Vector. You have to go.
Bye, Vector. It's okay.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody stopping by our stream today. And if you need to go, don't feel you need to stick around if you got something important to do. IRL comes first.
Real life. Well, this is
And,
real. It's just not like as real. Real.
sub real,
I
realistic.
mean, I'm saying like your family work, all that comes first. Is what I'm saying.
Yep.
So one reason why I don't do roofs in the blocks is if we go with a slab, we can give just like half a block more height to the roof or to the ceiling.
Hold on a second. Let me see what you're talking about. So yeah, I need you to like do one and then copy it. Or, make a door. So if we build the walls of the house, are you saying we shouldn't do it flush with the roof, or should set it on top of the walls?
What I would do is I would do the roof like this.
Oh, okay. So you get a little bit more height. I see.
Yeah, exactly. And then this is going to be a 2-story, so I'll do the same for the lower floor.
Why is it doing that?
When I initially started building homes here in Jericho, I didn't know what I was doing, and it was really tricky, and probably my early buildings don't make a lot of sense structurally. And then eventually I came to, they probably would do multi-tier condo unit sort of thing. And then when I go back and look at what people drew in the archaeological records we have, sure enough, that's kind of what they were doing. There's like these split level homes.
Cool.
It makes sense because the slope between the two walls is a very steep slope, very, very steep. So yeah, it makes sense to have split level.
Oops. I always want to press Control Z.
Control Z. I mean,
All right,
you can do slash undo, but that's for like commands.
Yeah, that's fine. I just hit the wrong key.
Kitty, it's generally good. Just what I would do is I would actually mix in the texturing the whole way through. So rather than just on a border, I would just have the whole path being textured and randomized. But yeah, you're using the blocks I like using in it for the texturing.
Hooray!
Hey. Get some talented Minecrafters here.
Right. We are so good that it's so good that God brought you guys to us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, really.
Granting us
Amen.
your presence.
Amen. We did actually need some more like ultra skilled Minecrafters. Like that has been on our prayer list for a while.
Especially with some of the trickier things. A lot of us. I wasn't a Minecrafter before I joined this One Accord the Guild. And it was.
Yeah,
Did you
we
play
can
Lynx?
blame Unbroken for roping us into this.
Rope. Okay, so we get there. Oh, look, some lentils.
Yeah, I go back to the beta days.
Beta.
Opa.
So how do you have this? So this is gonna be a two-story house.
Okay. Stop 4. 5. Okay, 5. 8, 4, 5. Boom, boom. Okay.
Ah. Stairs. Do stairs or ladders?
For what?
To ascend and descend between levels?
I think they'll just be like separate family dwelling units. So
Oh, okay.
I already have a door on the outside for
Oh, I see.
the lower part.
Right. Okay, so we have to get a little bit trickier with
So quiet, we're all concentrating.
Oh yeah.
good stuff.
Can't talk. Building.
Or building. Or.
says I hear crickets.
Hope if you haven't already that you subscribe to our channel. We're putting out we're going to be putting out a lot more content. We have a really unique Bible study that will be leaking, but being published in a couple weeks, and like putting out little documentaries also based on our giant Bible builds. If you haven't already, you should check out like the one we've done on the Tower of Babel, and we recently had a 2-parter come out on creation. I'm really excited about that content. Some that's
Pastor
from
Mike.
our
Pastor
Pastor
Mike.
Mike.
Yeah.
He puts in months on some of these videos. So we're not necessarily going for quantity, we're trying to go for quality.
Yep.
Always appreciate your feedback, input, and ideas for future videos.
Yeah, Pastor Mike's are always turn out really beautifully done. Like he scores them and everything. Really cool.
It's a nice thing about having different content creators on our Discord and in the guild, you could say, and because we have different people who love content. So if you'd like to do that with us, we would love to have you, and maybe you can submit content that that does similar things, explains the Bible, things that you find interesting in faith and spirituality, and we'd love it if you'd use Minecraft to do it.
No pressure. No pressure.
Yeah. And why Minecraft? It's because it is the #1 game, period, hands down, at the moment. And so it's lots of people can relate to it or have had used it, and it just creates a space where we can actually create these experiences. We can bring the Bible to life rather than having to have a multi-million-dollar budget to create fancy graphics. We can just build it here in the game, and now we have something that not only we can make videos with and content with, but we can also make the world download available so that you can tour it, or you can join us on our server and just come and see it anytime, tour it. That's why it's there. This is a living, breathing Bible experience for all to come and enjoy.
How much use of wood would they have had? Like,
Probably quite a bit.
okay.
Might be more than we're actually doing.
Well, I'm just was thinking about the doors and which ones I was gonna use, you know?
Though I have to say, you know what's really interesting is when you go back to the older cultures, we think that they're primitive because they're building with stone. But if you're dealing with people who are living hundreds and hundreds of years, maybe they were just smarter than us and they realized, hey, if we build our house out of wood, I'm going to have to rebuild it every like 50 years. Why not? I just build it in stone and it's done, and it's going to stand for millennia.
Right.
So I wonder if that's the reason why the older civilizations were more building in stone, not because they're primitive, but because they're actually going for more permanence.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm gonna need to. Okay, so this.
I might change these stairs a bit, actually. Yeah, well, that might be okay.
That.
I like that.
So someone asked just a quick question. If I join the server when nobody is on, may I build more on the city or wait for everybody to be on? That's a good question. I think those of you who have been here and shown yourself faithful will the admins will talk afterwards and look at potentially giving some of you more permanent privileges to be able to switch your game mode yourself, or at least we'll show you how we'll make a way for you to be able to do it when we're not around. But for the others, we just have to keep the server locked down because of griefers.
Yeah, we've been victims of that before, and we don't want to lose all of our hard work because it's a lot of work.
I really appreciate how everybody so far today has really proved themselves faithful and talented, and we really appreciate that, guys.
Some sauce. You have to
You realize-
have 6 block high. Yeah.
You realize this is kind of grindy work. It's not the most exciting, but when it's done, it's going to be amazing.
Awesome.
It is.
Let's see.
Who's all still with us in the chat? What are you guys
We
excited
got-
about this year? You know what I think is really cool is just the number of people who do have their own YouTube channel and are making content and putting it out there. If I feel like almost half, it could be a false number, but yeah, I feel like half the people have their own channel. So like, yeah, Kidney Stones, who's here with us, says he has his own channel.
We appreciate you guys taking time to stop by, and you could be putting time into your own channel, but you decided to be here with us.
And actually, if you make your own content, feel free to use our server here to make content to share the videos we have, and even if you're helping us build, like it helps get the word out. Oops, why did I press the wrong button? Okay, well, I guess it's okay. So I just started at our spawn. This is where we begin, and we have lots of signs everywhere showing you how to get to Jericho. So you can just come around the corner, and then we have this little block. And when you come in, you're presented with the rules of the server. Rule number 1: love God, love your neighbor. Number 2: glorify God in all that you say and do. Rule 3: thou shalt not grieve. This is the Lord's server. And then if you agree to follow these rules, you can flip the switch, yes or no. Flip yes, then you'll be allowed to come and join us. And then you just run over to the gate. Right now we punched a little hole in here so you could get through. And then you could step on the plate here, get creative mode, and now you can help us. Because when you join the server, you will start off in adventure mode. Oh, Lynx is looking good. I like the entrance.
Oh, thanks.
Such a big, intimidating structure, I'm sure. Oh, I like the idea of using the panels for the windows. Someone else was doing that too. I hadn't thought about doing that. Okay, Kenny, let's take a look. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Love it.
Ooh, look at those beams. I like your beams. All right.
One thought is like outside of a city, I love the texturing with the grass. I just wonder if being inside the city, if the grass sort of takes us out of the city. one thought here. But yeah, the texturing there with the dirt and the podzol and all beautiful. And now we have the new dirt blocks. Love it. So this looks really nice, really organic. So those of you who don't know how to do paths, this is a great example of how to do it. Often you see a lot of people just doing straight lines, but this is the next level path making. And it's nice to have a pro here. Good work, Kitty.
Kidney. Yep, doing a great job.
I can't remember who made the really cool throne in who did that? That's in the temple. Or not the temple, but in Potiphar's, not Potiphar's.
Herod's?
Yeah, in the temple there when we did Jerusalem. Somebody did a really cool throne, and I'm trying to recreate it. And I can't even remember it right now.
Yeah, I don't remember who did that.
Maybe Faith does.
I don't actually remember.
Door here.
I can go look over there and see what it looks like.
Oh, you're really quiet, bro.
No, I was saying I don't remember, but I can go over there and look and see what it looks like.
Oh yeah, that's good. Do that.
Oh, snap.
It didn't work well. Oh no, we have Nick Zembrano joining us saying he's got COVID. Nick, we pray you get well soon. Get a lot of rest, get some nice sunshine, fresh air, a little exercise. It's so funny. There'll be times where I get sick and I'll just be sick for like a week and I'm not getting better. And the moment I get outdoors, I just push myself a little bit, get a little bit of exercise, get that sunlight. It's like almost within a couple hours, I feel like a new person.
Oh, I hear the breath.
I said, why isn't it working? And I'm like, replace grass, sandstone, and it's not working. Please.
Are you doing grass block?
Oh, maybe that's it. That could be it, yeah.
Right, yeah, you can't just do grass. Don't do grass, kids. Okay.
Place grass.
Okay.
Honestly, I just do replace red wool. And most of the time that works. You don't have to specify the block you're replacing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you're selecting a homogeneous area, like it's just you're only selecting grass blocks, then you could just do the / replace red wool.
Oh, okay. I'll try that.
What's your / set?
He keeps spelling sandstone wrong. Oh my goodness. Help! I can type, I promise. There we go.
All
Yeah,
right,
that works.
so I got that.
Cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need another.
I mean, I love autocorrect, but the problem with autocorrect is you get used to autocorrect, and then it's like a whole thing. Oh, when there isn't autocorrect.
Minecraft ain't got no monocrat.
No. No.
Oh, great.
Let's
Time is it? Okay, it's almost 3.
let's do a quick look at progress we made so far. Oh, nice. Kidney Stone says he'll be making a video on how to make textured paths, and he'll link it to his channel. Nice. Love it.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, definitely tag us, bro.
This all coming together.
This is your friendly reminder to hydrate.
Oh, good call. Got a big gallon of water, but not drinking it.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same. BRB. All the sounds.
Oh,
I just realized how thirsty I was, and I was like, "Yeah, I bet we all are because we're all like in the zone."
it's like the danger of video games is you don't blink as much as you need to, you don't move as much as you need to, don't drink as much as you need to.
Yeah, it's very dehydrating, surprisingly.
Yeah. Nice. Maybe we open this up here. I do love how with Minecraft that we can, do in game, but what we're doing, our efforts are actually going to do a lot of good.
Mm-hmm.
Hope we can have a really inspiring video that will bless a lot of people. All right, thank you, Kidney Stones. Thanks so much for being here.
Yes, thank you for coming. Thank you for
Amazing
helping.
contributions.
And I know there's a lot of people that wanted to be here, and if that was you and you're watching this later, please, we try to put these in advance so people can, block out that time that they want and need to set up time aside. So, if you're in our server, let us know your availability too. We do typically do these on Sundays just because of our own availability. But
if you're someone like Kidney Stone, we'll try to find a way so that you can hop on anytime and
yeah,
contribute.
absolutely. Especially if you've proven yourself, then you absolutely will get access. We're very open to that.
And probably the biggest way you can prove yourself is by, well, I think of 2 ways, coming on one of these streams, joining us, but also if you're on at another time and there's another mod, you're just listening to them and asking when they ask you to do something, to
just do it.
Yep. Some people like to climb all over the structures and like do their own thing and go off on their own when we often give like tours of our server and all the places.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like you have a tour guide and you go off and wander on your own.
Yeah, and then if you think about it, you get to wander around and still do stuff once we know we can trust you with not destroying stuff. It's just important that we get to know you and understand your abilities and just all that kind of stuff.
It's true, Faith.
What did he say?
Some people just want to like hop on, fly around, and splash potions.
Yes, which is amusing. I'm not gonna lie, but we would love to see you take part and actually be a a part of this in a more meaningful way.
Exactamente.
Windows in here is so dark.
Myself in, you know.
What?
I built myself in to the house.
Oh. Oops. We should probably do a Minecraft giveaway too. We've had some people join the server that says it's just too much for them right now. So I'm not sure how to do that. We haven't really talked about that, but how could we do that, guys?
Hmm.
No. Had so many changes in the last 5 days, but it's
2 days.
just
Yeah, it's been busy.
it's been busy.
Oh.
I was telling my church board, you guys, I worked like 60 hours last week. Like I don't think you understand how much of a boom this was. and the bulk of that was within 4 days. That's the really scary part.
But it's exciting. It's a good problem to have.
It is a good problem to have. I'm absolutely 100% not complaining. I'm just saying that that's our reality right now, and we're doing a lot of in a joyful way. We are just figuring out what's going to work best in scenarios and situations, and it's been a really good adventure, and we've had some really great support from our mentors and so many people. Can we mention some of them? Is that okay?
What do you want to do, Jay, there? Are you just making less awkward?
Yeah, putting breaks in between. Everybody should have mentors. It's an important thing to have.
Yes.
Yeah, we ourselves have served as mentors quite often here.
That's the body of Christ. Everybody has a space where they can be the expert and be the knowledgeable person to help others.
I think that's actually a big chunk of the Great Commission, if you think about it, just because you're sharing your experiences with God and teaching people, right? About through your testimonies, through your experiences. And yeah, it's quite the ecosystem that God created for that.
Space for a door. Ooh, hear the traffic.
Yeah, perfect.
Hear the Minecraft music.
Enough.
Ooh. Hawkins says one time God kept him and his mom safe from a rattlesnake. Oh, yeah, I have rattlesnake stories too. There's like 2 times I almost stepped on different rattlesnakes, and both times I was able to jump back in time and didn't get attacked.
I have a rattlesnake story. I can't talk. It's a snorri. I do have one. Walking up to a friend's front door, and there's the front door is like in an alcove kind of area. It was like a long walk up to it, and it was kind of narrow because you're walking between like the house and the garage. And all of a sudden, like there's a bush right next to the steps that go up to the door, and a lot of bushes and different deserty plant life, right? And all of a sudden you heard it, and I just froze. I couldn't even move. I was so scared, and it was it's like, okay, back away very slowly. It was really scary though. They're quite terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they generally don't want to attack us. They just get freaked out by us.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're very tiny homes.
It's fine. This is the poor sector.
There's me over here working on a palace. It's all good.
Oh,
Not hoity-toity.
our friend wants to retire and get a tiny home and go out west. Travel around.
Some of those tiny homes are really cool.
Yeah, people put a lot of money into it.
I'm a little concerned about this interior room because it's going to be like pitch black, but maybe I can make this like an opening into the main area. I think that's what I'll do.
Looking nice, rocking.
I wish there was a smooth of the wall, the thinner one. What's it called? The sandstone wall. I wish they had a smooth one instead of the
Instead of what?
stony one. You know what I mean?
No.
You know how there's the regular sandstone and then there's the smooth sandstone?
Yeah.
So I wish there was the thinner wall that was just
Oh, the wall that would be the smooth sandstone.
yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I agree with you.
Like, why is that not a thing?
I say, like, we do have the smooth sandstone, but yeah, you're talking about as a wall. Yeah, that we don't.
Yeah.
It's a nice throne. I like that.
I want to make the throne more throny, but I don't know what to do there. Throny.
I also wish we had more gold blocks, not just gold block. And that's it.
Right. I know what you mean.
Born somewhere.
We could go back to this.
Oh.
That's true. There are a lot of wax copper blocks. We can make use of those type of things.
Yeah.
Good suggestion.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, My Perfectionist Tendencies.
What are we thanking them for exactly?
to be able to do this and not be totally annoyed by it. It's tedious work. Yeah, I'm
Your
liking that.
perfectionist tendencies have nothing on mine.
Yeah. Well, perfectionist and consistency and
Oh,
there's other traits that kind of balance out perfectionism and knowing when to stop.
tell us
knowing
more.
More. Say more.
No, I'm serious. I'm being totally serious.
Reminds me of like how ADHD and anxiety could sort of cancel each other out. It's like, oh, ADHD, let's just do anything. Anxiety,
Sometimes.
oh no, don't do too much.
I'm gonna think of you. Something they will. No.
It's hilarious. You've also experienced your anxiety being canceled out by your ADHD. Please let us know in the chats.
Call now. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. We have enough to do a 2-story house.
Woo.
Sounded Canadian for a moment.
Eh?
Have enough to do a.
That means that you sound Canadian a lot, Unbroken.
Maybe some of my friends I have.
We got some Canadians in the Discord.
Oh yeah, do we?
Do we? I'm surprised we don't see more. Maybe we have one, or we've had people who've grown up and been in Canada, right? I think actually we have someone here now. Yeah, Rockin was in Canada for a while, I believe.
Yeah, I guess we have a few. Some that haven't been as active lately. But that's only because I know his computer motherboard died.
Aw.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. Sadness. Lots of money to replace and have to like rebuild all that.
Crazy how expensive computer parts are now.
Yep.
Especially the graphics card.
Right.
That's the part I need the most, and like the ones I want are just crazy expensive.
Ludicrous.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But hey, my
Welcome to the future.
my 2015 iMac runs Minecraft, and I'm really glad I found some ways to speed things up. So
Okay.
I don't need to have a fancy schmancy graphics card.
That's awesome.
All the game I really play, recently, working and ministry things, business.
Yeah, ministry work. It takes up a lot of resources. So we were really blessed because we both really needed. I say both, my husband and I. We really needed laptops, like really desperately. We hadn't had them in a long time. We'd been relying on our desktops, and it just wasn't feasible for us to keep doing that. And we were praying about it, and then at Christmas we saw this amazing laptop that was literally half off. So we got two for the price of one. And we were just like, wow, thank you, God. And they've been like the best laptops. It's been awesome.
Yeah, Rocket says Minecraft is usually an easy game to run. My dad's 1500s potato runs it. It's Minecraft's one of those games where if you just turn down all the settings and shorten render distance, then yeah, it runs just fine. But then once you start wanting to make videos and you want to run at 60 frames per second and you want to have a long render distance and then you want to throw on shaders on top of that, then it just like
yeah, it does. But I love the shaders. I love them.
Yeah, and I really
Especially
want to be
when
able to
you're
make
doing a
videos.
video.
That's really what I want to be able to do is do the shaders, which then means I need to really have an NVIDIA card, which then means I'm overpaying for whatever amount of performance I get, and I really want to have lots of VRAM because I do video editing. It's like I hate you, NVIDIA.
Not easy.
Especially because of all the Bitcoin people buying them up.
Well, the thing with that now is that it's going down the tubes.
Yeah.
So,
They're actually selling off a lot of their cards that they were using for gaming. That is helping keep graphics cards a little bit grounded in terms of pricing.
the side entrance there.
I guess that looks a little more balanced.
But I remember back in the day, like the very first computer I built by myself, I went with this $350 graphics card. And that was the most expensive graphics card at the time. And I remember like the guy that this was back when there were these companies that would make computers for you, like locally. And
Right.
they kept the box to that graphics card and like held it on display as an example of like, yes, we've built computers with this $350 graphics card.
Wow.
And they're almost like, you're really going to build a $350 graphics card? And then flash
Yes.
forward to today, and it's almost near impossible now to find a new graphics card for less than $350.
And most of the really good ones are 1,100 and up.
Yeah.
Yeah, our laptops have really good ones for laptops. We were really surprised. Like that was really a blessing. And then somebody else was looking for one, and I sent them the link, and they were sold out. They were gone.
Oh. My brother has been trying to get a 4090 for several months now, and finally was just able to get it. Of course, he was trying to get the Founders Edition, which is definitely the best bang for the buck, but crazy it took that long to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's ugly. Like what?
That was really random. Ooh, that's ugly.
No, I'm testing out the different video modes because Faith isn't really, he's not live streaming and not commenting too much on chat. So here, we'll just do 3 across. And then I'll move Jay down here.
Join us live. Let us know you're here. Let us know what you're excited about for this year. I think we're almost done to replace everything in the outer area.
Cool.
So close.
Here, Sapling says, I can't really comment and focus on building at the same time.
That's okay.
You know you care. Which is sad because he's really one of the funniest out of all of us.
Special 88 HD abilities.
It's really the power of observation.
He's
Seeing the
talented.
world in ways we really do.
He's just talented.
All right, so
And it's really weird because usually we have like Pastor Mike here and we have Eli, but they're both at like actual in-person events, and so they couldn't be here. And
Yeah.
Ernie too.
Yeah,
And
as we mentioned, his mom's getting baptized today. Woo!
Yup.
yeah.
Big win for him and God.
Praise God. I know that makes his heart so full.
Yeah.
Do you open a door?
Down to the faithful few here.
How do you open a door?
Right click.
Oh, thanks. See, it's just been such a long time since I played.
God closes a window. Lynx tries to open a door.
Openness, shutteth, and shutteth openeth, that nobody else may.
Oh, that's an interesting
Get that.
topic. What are some sayings that sound like they're from the Bible, but they're not?
Oh yes, let's do that. No,
By
we
beholding,
don't.
ye become changed.
In the Bible?
I always thought that was in the Bible, but it's actually not.
I've heard so many people quote that.
Me too. And then I
And-
tried looking it up, and I can't find it there. we
It's
got-
a paraphrase?
Yeah, is it in one of the paraphrase?
If
If
you
you
can find
actually
it, let me know. But we got Prophecy Quest joining us. It says live build. I got two 3090 Ti's in my case. Holy cow! Your
Wow.
room must get super hot, super duper duper hot
Toasty.
in summertime.
You must do liquid cooling then, right? Prophecy Quest?
And how do you not blow a fuse?
Yeah, is it on its own breaker?
That's crazy.
Oh, well, okay. We have a similar passage. I've got it on my screen here. Let me this up so we can examine.
Right.
Get some double edge here. All right, infinite zoom. Okay, so we've got something similar in 2 Corinthians 3:18.
Yeah, I mean it's a biblical concept, but those words "by beholding you become changed" is not.
Right, and this is actually a positive statement because people usually say, "Oh, well, if you're going to be playing video games and violent things or whatever." I mean, yeah, if they're not stemmed by a positive influence, that's usually how I see it. Like, there's a lot of things that God heals us from by allowing a community to come into our lives, and if we have those healthy people in our lives, they tend to mitigate things. But if you don't have healthy people to help you mitigate violent things in your life, even in real life trauma, then it's going to be more difficult, I think, for some people to grow in their character and their spiritual life. But this is like a positive thing. We all by with open face beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord are changed in the same image from glory to glory, even as by the Spirit of the Lord. So this is a positive thing. Yeah, you want to behold the Lord, and so people often use that in the negative, but that exact phrase is never used like that. Let's go back to.
Yeah, I was so shocked when I couldn't find that one in the Bible. By beholding you become changed. It's like, but I've heard everybody quote that.
There's one that people always quote that's actually Shakespeare. And now I can't remember it.
There's also a lot that are from hymns, and they don't realize it.
Right. Like cleanliness is next to godliness.
That's a good one too.
Oh, an extra little there. Okay.
What is that?
Who's talking?
Oh, it's Prophecy, Trent. Welcome, dude.
I'm glad you're still playing. Are you guys on PC, Java, Bedrock, Xbox, PlayStation? What's happening?
We are. Yeah, someone just joined us on Discord. We are playing on. Most of us are on Java Edition, but our server is set up to also connect with those who are on Bedrock. So we want to be as universal as possible.
Yeah, awesome. It's the take the kids to school soon. How much longer do you think you guys will be doing the session?
Oh, it's one of our Aussie people.
12 hours?
Yeah, we might take a break and then come back a little bit later this afternoon too.
Yeah, because we've been playing for like 2.5 hours.
Tonight on the Minecraft channel, because obviously time zones are a bit funky. But yeah, I'd love to join in and meet some of you guys and build together.
Likewise, glad you could drop in.
We can come back.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'll hit a post up in the Minecraft channel when I get back from the school run. And if you guys are back then or coming on later in the afternoon for you, then that'd be great. Anyway, blessings to you all. Have a great fun, and I'll see you around.
Thanks, you too. And we'll definitely coordinate in the chats.
Bye.
Yeah, and if you guys are if you're watching us on the stream and you are interested in helping us on our server, you can join us at the Discord. I think hopefully we have the information in the description. If not, you could just go to oneacordtheguild.com. We got information there. Get into our Discord. In our Discord, we have the server information. Love to have you help out and to continue to work with you as we make more content, make more builds. This is our effort to bring the Bible to life for people who might otherwise just think the Bible is a myth, or they can't wrap their heads around how is it true. And not to mention, every time we build something, we're just uncovering more and more truths that are just hidden in these stories that you might not get just by skimming them, reading them too quickly.
Yeah, well, it's because we do such a deep dive on just the one topic, isn't it? We do archaeological research, we're doing Bible research. It's helpful too because it puts, makes the stories come to life. At least for me personally.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we could really appreciate like how big these walls were until like here you're a little Israelite and you're looking up, staring up. Like it's almost, as they put it, reaching up into the heavens. And even if you could look over one set of walls, there's a set of walls behind the other walls. So it is just, you're looking at how are we ever going to get through this?
And a lot of faith. It's a lot of faith.
That was the only way that they would make it. And fun fact, remember how there's the 12 spies that go and investigate the promised land, and they come back to the Israelites, and 10 of them give a bad report and said there's people who are giants, and it's hopeless. There's no way we're going to be able to win and prevail against these people. It's very likely that the first town they came to was actually Jericho. And it was at Jericho really that they lost all hope. They realized that, oh man, the odds are really against us here. So,
fascinating.
Yeah, and thus it was such a big deal for them to finally, after 40 years of God saying, I'm going to have this whole generation die and your kids will come in. After that, to come now and face the very threat that probably freaked them out in the first place was a big deal. And Jericho then becomes the symbol of, is there anything else in our lives that we're panicked about that's holding us back from achieving what God wants us to achieve? So, looking forward to our live stream on that and see what sort of spiritual insights everybody have about their own lives when they try to apply it to themselves. All right, I'm going to be converting over a lot of the buildings we just built. Going to be filling in the gap.
It looks so big in that picture. It's so massive.
Okay,
Jericho?
cool.
Yeah, I'm watching where you're looking from, and I'm just like, wow, it's so big.
Because it is big.
Change my inventory.
And just so everybody know, I'm using the Bobby mod to give me a much further render distance. If you're playing just regular vanilla Minecraft without any mods like that, there's no way you could see the whole city at one time.
Good to know.
Well, that'd be something if we could have like thousands of players at one time, some to play the people in Jericho, some to play the Israelites, and
That'd be pretty cool.
maybe we could probably at least fill the city with villagers. Huh.
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 Everybody now.
Chorus of villagers.
All right, so like Rockin suggests sometime we should do a Minecraft roleplay series that recreates the stories from the Bible. That is actually something we want to do. And I think that's kind of what we will do for the next video we do on Jericho. When we have it completed, we'll do a little bit of roleplay where we be like Israel and storm the city.
That would be cool.
Kind of like LARPing, but in Minecraft.
LARPing. It's Minecraft LARPing.
I haven't heard the term LARPing in a long time. Is it suddenly now everybody calls it like cosplay or something like that?
Cosplay, costume.
Yeah,
Play.
cosplay.
This just keeps evolving the further I go.
Nice.
Hill. We just have a few more buildings to do. Figure out where to put the door in this place. I mean, I could put it on the adjacent building here.
Time to raise up some walls.
Oh, it's because my head is on it.
Actually making better progress than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised.
We got like 2 more roofs over here to do. Okay, cool.
Oh, this one is okay. This is level. I guess I can make that level. I can make this work. Okay.
Ladder there. Yeah, I'll put a ladder there and then we can be Latter-day Saints.
And then the videos come out. OAG is really with the Latter-day Saints.
No.
We're not even going to joke about that. Ugh.
That's the job.
I need to figure out windows for this room because this room is such a funky shape. And that's wall, so this room is just really dark because there's no light. I need lights in here. It's too dark. You see what I mean? And then that's all wall there, so there's nowhere for me to bring in like natural light. And once we get a roof on here, it's gonna be really dark.
Yep. All right, let's try this. Joy. We oh, is that all of them?
Gee.
Yeah, but how are we gonna keep it bright in here?
You can make like chandeliers or torches on the wall.
Yeah.
Would they have stone floors? So if they're
Yeah. I mean, some would have dirt and some would have stone, I think.
Oh yeah, that's how we did that. Okay.
It's funny how like torches are generally a no now with Minecraft building, but when it comes to Bible builds, it's probably more accurate.
Oh, I did that the wrong way around. I meant to TP to you, and I think I brought you to me. I'm sorry.
I did that the other day.
TP2. Yeah. TP for you. Okay, we got some slabbage there.
Oh, what?
Slabbage? The slab?
Oh, slabbage. Okay.
The slab.
Slabage. Approaching the point where my eyes are like hurting staring at this screen for so long.
Yeah, I think we should probably take a break within the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, we just say we were gonna go till 4, and then maybe we could come back at what time? We could just stop now.
So close.
Well, I think it's looking wonderful.
Yes,
It
it
is.
is.
Little roof with the stairs. Or a little. Oh. Reload.
Ah, that feels more throny. So what type of lighting technology are we using? Are we using lanterns?
Some lanterns might be okay.
At least in the palace and the richer areas.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about stairs there for a second. Oops.
Oh yeah, stairs exist.
That is really starting to get claustrophobic in here. Very cool.
The Egyptians had batteries.
That's contestable. Baghdad battery? Is that what you're talking about?
They had actual batteries.
Okay. You can see some.
Like they had battery technology that's been documented because they've been found in different tombs. What they were used for remains up for grabs a bit more. But they did have like they were in clay pots, and there's been documentation of them even being connected by different, I guess you could call it wiring. I can't remember what it was made from now.
Yeah,
They were hooking up lots of them together.
I think that might be questionable exactly what their use was for.
That's what I just said.
They may, well, no, I mean, as batteries, like,
I mean, they found acid, like of lemon juice or something in it, or
right.
weak acid, and then there was something metallic, kind of like the cathodes and stuff. Cathodes? Get my electrical engineering, but they found those. But yeah, if it was a battery, it would have been very weak.
Right.
So yeah, it comes down to like, what would you need a very weak battery for if it was one?
Correct. Yeah, that's the part we don't know.
But related to that is supposedly when you really look at their stone cutting ability, they're cutting extremely hard granite and diorite, and at the same time, there's like these really smooth edges, like they're just scooping the rock right out, or just cutting the rock just so precisely, like almost better than we could with diamond tip cutting tools. So power tools at that. So some people, going back to the sound manipulation of sound, some people think that maybe they were able to zero in on the right vibration to just like slice right through stone cutting or through the stones. This is just technology that we're starting to roll out now. We're actually starting to make tools that use this ability. I don't think it, and then, you know, Rockin is saying, I think Mythbusters tested it. Actually, I think I know Mark Rober made a video where he tried to make a lemon battery, and it ended up being so weak that they weren't really able to power anything with it. So he to switch to a different tech.
It makes you wonder though, what did they use it for?
Yeah.
Was it even a battery?
Hmm.
Because they had other types of ceremonial vessels and whatnot.
Yeah, but why would they hook a whole bunch of these up?
Or maybe they were
Exactly.
stocking up for like a lot of salad dressing.
Yeah, man. I guess they didn't invent ranch yet. Oh, I am.
Did you say what kind of a roof you're gonna do on here? On the palace?
Price stone. Though, I don't know. I'm open-minded.
I hear munching.
go.
Somebody's munching.
I think the potato battery works, but it's for like super, super low powered devices. Can't run a Game Boy off it or anything like that.
It wasn't that long ago. I actually watched a YouTube video about like ancient technologies and how they would have carved and split the rock. And now I really wish I could tell you guys, but it's got to be in my YouTube history somewhere. They were actually doing it in the video, like demonstrating how it was done. It was really cool. I was half awake though when I watched it. Was the problem? It was one of those. I can't sleep, so I'm opening my Bible and then I start reading, and then I'm like, oh, I wonder how they did that, and so I start googling. Just kind of spirals. I'm kind of thinking I should have taken that room down a level. It might have been better.
All right, well, I want to come see what you guys are working on. It's been doing some craftsman houses.
Craftsman houses.
Huh. How do I get it to do where the stairs nestle?
For the what?
Corner?
Nestle?
Yeah, they do instead of if you split the block into 8 parts so that just one of those blocks is cut out. It's like when it's in corners. But can you do it in one single block where it does that?
Oh.
All right, I'll just put a
Okay.
slab. Never mind. Let's put a slab there because that'll work. Yeah.
I'm thinking this room. I can't decide. This room or this room should be like where there's like all the seating, so it would be like their Senate type of room. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Which one do you?
Well, I don't think they would have been democracy though.
Well, no, but they would have had like meetings and stuff.
That would
Council
be at the city
chambers.
gate. So there should be like nice sitting and arrangements right at the city gate that we have here, a place where everybody could camp out.
They wouldn't have like it in the palace.
I mean, there should still be a big meeting hall in the palace, but a lot of the business and all will be taken care of at the gate.
Right. So I'm just trying to decide like what would that look like here. I'm kind of thinking of going down a level, like in this area.
And there should probably be one big room that actually stretches all the way up. That's a really high room.
Well, this hall does, but I could do that in another spot.
And the thing is, it wouldn't be the main entrance like this. You have this being, because the king would be in a room that would be much more safe, I think. I mean, maybe they would have a judgment hall like this. I don't know. Doesn't seem right though.
I think I know what you're saying. Let me redo a little bit of this. I have an idea.
Fun. 10 of.
Yeah.
Just checking to see if all these houses have doors.
Not everything.
I mean, as far as openings, not actual door blocks.
At least I would need to go back through and detail everything.
Yeah, we got the hay on the rooftop, so you guys did a whole bunch there. So must be.
Yeah, Rockin', I think, helped a lot with that.
Yeah, so yeah, those are all ready for detailing. I think they all have doors. So yeah, you guys you've been busy over here. I haven't been over here since like 2 hours ago.
Oh, I missed Rockin' logging off.
Oh yeah, so Kel's still here. Kel is still here.
What's he doing?
Where'd you go, Kel? Shout out in the chat. What you up to, Kel? Are you AFK?
Nice, he's helping with the castle. Cool.
Yeah, if you want to change all that flooring, that'd be great. I'm kind of thinking actually this should be own area, but I'm trying to figure out how to do it. The only other option would be this one, which I could actually make this a step down. We could go down further on that side. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Oops. So the room that's to the right of the current throne is now going to be the throne room. I'm going to go down a couple steps though, so that the kings can be raised up. So I need to take out like 2 levels of this probably. Yeah, I think so. 2 levels. Yeah, so that we can have a higher ceiling. And I think I'll mirror this on the other side, that it'll be these pillars. Because it seems like you need some kind of a, oh, I need to go in a while. Whoops. Too much. There we go. How can I quickly remove these 2 layers?
Layers?
What?
What layers do you want removed?
This flooring? Like I want to go down 2 levels.
Same thing, but you just same command, but you just do replace and replace air.
It's 3 blocks down. Yeah, 3.
Mhm.
So this will be the new floor height. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do in here. Maybe we can have like, because they would have had a god, right? Like, so maybe we could make this like put a statue here of whatever god there would be.
Well,
They would
you probably have
worship.
multiple, but
But yeah, but we could put a statue here to represent their whatever. So that's going to be,
Theism.
yeah. So this will become like their I don't know what to call it.
The guards are keeping out the miscreants.
I'm just going to put this here for now for statue.
does this all need to be moved down one? Probably does, huh?
I made some proper stairs here at the entrance to the inner ring.
Yep, there you go.
Should feel a little bit grander.
I'm going to move these over. Where's center? How many blocks wide is this? Okay, that's center. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that one. Okay. And then
Or
What's that about?
right. Well, it's almost 2 minutes. Well, it is 2 minutes on the hour.
all right, I'm finishing this throne though. Throne is getting finished.
All right. I'm just gonna pester you guys.
Yeah, you will.
I need to get some lunch.
Good work. Thanks for all the help.
You're welcome. We
Love it when a plan comes together.
Woo.
go get some salad with some lemon juice
That sounds good.
and see see if it'll power my
Your batteries?
my laptop.
That's funny.
see. Ooh, I haven't seen the palace yet. So,
Come on over.
so that's the palace. That's the palace. That looks like a part of Michigan. Am I looking in the wrong
Heart of
place?
Michigan.
My reflexes are getting so slow now.
Hello,
Don't.
everybody. Oh, it's the red carpet.
Yeah, can we bring that red carpet into the throne room?
There's the deity. Should make it out of like copper or something.
Yeah, I just put it there as a,
Well, that's
reminder
Mark.
of where it will go.
Mm-hmm. Add some quick artistic touches. Is it going to tarnish?
Not if you use the waxed
Oh, okay.
wax copper.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to line up. I didn't think about that now that I've done it.
Okay, okay. Stop showing off. Yeah.
Maybe we should move the throne over a block. I just goofed it up, didn't I? And Kel has pointed that out very well. I like symmetry. Let's move it over. Let's, he can't hear me, can he?
Who?
Kel.
Shot it.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay, I'm going to move the whole throne over a block. That makes sense. So I'm just going to move the whole thing. Just put it over one. This will help for our symmetry purposes. There we go.
You guys have a fancy stone, yeah.
What was that?
Okay, good. I was helping with the throne. So, well, is it still going over another block because it's still off center?
I was trying to line it up with, oh, I see what you mean.
It needs to go over.
Oh, so what we can do is we can just make this a 2. Can we do that?
Two-seater.
Yeah.
That.
And then we'll have to do a double. Well, we can make the back wider, and then we can do a double banner.
Royal King. Oh, somebody's calling. All right, I'm gonna log off
All right.
because I need to take a break.
Yeah.
Yep,
Hasta
we
bye
all need a
bye.
break. We all need a break. Okay, is that better?
Thanks for tuning in. We might
All right,
do a little
See you
bit more
guys.
later and
I might jump back on later.
join us
Okay.
in the guild.
Well,
for this update.
let's end this properly then. Andy Rue, you want to help end it properly? What did we used to do? It's been so long.
Or maybe we could at least give a quick overview of what we've accomplished today. So when we
Go for
started
it.
off, we did not have this region filled in at all. And now we got lots of structures in place all the way up, connected all the way around. And, still some detailing like putting on hay on the ceilings, but that now is greatly filled in. And then we are now building in this area up here. When we started today, there were only some building outlines, but no structures in place. And we got the Royal Palace being built out. We have a giant temple coming in, and then the rich people's homes. So massive progress. We might almost get this done today. And that means sooner we get this done, the sooner we can make our video where we march around the city and we let God tear it down. So thank you for tuning in. If you like what you've seen, you want to be a part of the action, you can take part in the building, the touring, all these things, and be a part of our community by joining us on Discord. Find us at oneaccordtheguild.com. And also, we have a special summit coming up that you can find information on our webpage about for content creators. You don't want to miss that in April, starting April 14 to 16. All right, Andrew and Complete Links. Anything else?
Nope, that's it. We'll probably be back later, especially in the server if you want to join us and keep building. God bless.